in a stress management activity like this, and you might be expecting me to tell you what to do or tell you what you should do, or maybe you think I'll be giving some instructions, etc. But that's really not the way that it works best. Maybe you've seen the cartoon where the doctor and the patient are in the room together, and the patient tells the doctor, "Hey, when I do this, it hurts." And then the doctor, quickly says, "Stop doing it." Well, I'm not going to be that doctor. And that's because, our mind just doesn't work that way. I'll give you an example of how our mind works under stress. I want to give you some instructions right now. And so here we go. Do not think of an elephant. Now, I'm quite sure that all of you just thought of an elephant, and it might have been a zoo elephant or a circus elephant or a wild elephant, but we just can't help it. Our mind is stubborn, and it's going to do even what we tell it not to do. And that's because our mind and our thoughts are a very important instinct that protects us. And but sometimes it goes into overdrive, and we have to do something that calms that stubborn mind. So what thoughts are bothering you now? You don't have to answer that, but just take a moment to think about it. And what can you do to find relief from that stress? That's what we're going to talk about today in our Tuesday's Toolbox. It's not unusual for us to think so much about things that are changing that we lose sleep at night, we don't eat well during the day, we become more irritable with folks around us. So if you find that any of these things are happening, you are so normal. This is exactly what stress can produce in our life. But I have a solution, I have a suggestion, and I'd like to invite you to try a simple exercise with me today. But first I'm going to demonstrate it. And then we'll take some time to practice it together. It's very simple. There's no sitting down with your legs crossed. There's no lying down with your eyes closed. It's just you, where you are, wherever you are, and stopping for a moment to notice everything around you. Let me show you how it's like normally when I do this for myself. But I don't usually talk out loud. I'm going to do it just to show you how it works. So right now, I'm feeling some tension and stress. I didn't want to have any technical difficulties today. And it's not all that easy to be a presenter or a public speaker. So sure, I'm not exactly calm right now, to be totally honest. So I'm hoping that this exercise is going to calm me a bit. Okay, so first I just decide I'm going to take this moment for myself, and I'm going to help myself feel better by noticing that, gee, the smell from my slow cooker is just delicious. There's a stew brewing, and I can just smell it. So nice right now. And I notice that the temperature in my room is very comfortable. It's neither hot or cold. It's really just right for me. And I also notice that it's springtime, and I can see the sun shining through my window. There's a breeze outside blowing the tree leaves. And, it's just very pleasant. I look over and I see a picture of my family, and that makes me happy. I have my feet on the floor while I'm sitting here in this chair at my table. And I notice that the floor feels really solid. It's supporting my feet. I feel kind of grounded with my feet on the floor. And I notice that my wooden chair, it's not as comfortable as maybe a cushion, but it's, the wood is smooth and varnished. So, I feel really well supported in my chair. And I can hear my wall clock ticking in the background, and I can hear the ceiling fan spinning. So I'm just taking in all of those sounds and smells and feelings, and yeah. And honestly, I do feel a little bit more calm. And that was a good break for me, just to, get grounded and, feel comfortable where I am. So in just these brief moments, I've not been thinking about anything else but where I am. And I'd like to guide you through this exercise. I'd like you to try it while we're in this session. So if you would, of course, we can't see you, so wherever you are at the moment, I would like you to notice the ground beneath your feet. Is it grass? Are you outdoors? Is it the floor? Is it carpet? If you're sitting, notice the material of the chair that you're in. Is it soft or is it wood? Is the material smooth or fuzzy? How well does the chair support you? What do you smell in the air? What do you hear in the room where you are? Or if you're outdoors, what sounds can you hear? And what do you feel? How is the temperature where you are? What do you see? Name it to yourself, not judging it, but just naming what you see. Okay, so that only took a few seconds. Do you feel a bit calmer now? I hope so, because this really works for me and I wanted to share it with you.